Welcome back. Welcome back. So, I'm listening to this awesome reading from this awesome older woman, and she's talking about a very good point that I bring up a lot because I've seen it all my life. Like, and then you read Sound the Horns, my daddy in the building, he didn't even let me get it out my mouth. Then you read the Bible, and then you find out this scripture that says nothing's new under the sun. And if you pay attention to it and you look around at everything you see going on with human beings and relationships and the sound of horns, then you'll understand that's a part of what's under the sun. So it's not new. It's a part of this life because of choice. You know, really is just choice. Now, what she was talking about is how women are capable of taking care of themselves in this world, and how man set up where the system or whatever, where they would more rely on a man, whatever. And she was like bringing up a very good point about how, like, women have always had to, you know, survive. There's no women that are always got men over them. And for the simple fact of, it's the same thing for men. Like, she even said it herself, there's plenty of single men. Hey, Squirrely! What's going on, yo? Little squirrel. Little guy chilling. He's alone. He's getting shit done now. Because no matter what my father makes, it can have a dual nature. You can be alone. There are people that want to be alone. Things happen to them. So, even if it's something that's, it's not always a bad thing. But, there's always a but. She said, a man traveling the country alone has the same amount of danger as a woman traveling alone. And to the degree, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if people see you, if you're stupid and you put yourself around situations, or you just, people choose you. A lot of people don't want problems, and a lot of people that like problems choose people, and they always go for the weak one. You know, that's what the disadvantage of being single is. You know what I mean? But that's why they make laws, and that's why people write things down. And many people try to help single people understand that, it's not so bad. You know, my thing that I like to say though is yes, I believe women 100% can be single because I've seen it. But out of all of those women being single, not too many of them were really happy. Like, they were happy living their lives, and if they had built one, you know what I mean? Like, if you're by yourself and you build yourself a life, the same thing you build with somebody, you have things to do. That's why it's called a life. You give yourself shit to do. You know what I mean? But I've seen women that survive on their own anyway. They get them bills paid, they blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? They don't, nobody ain't the reason why they put food in their mouth. Ain't nobody the reason why they pay their rent. It's them, you know? But Times, it's getting hard, danger. And then just a simple fact of everyone's not built like that. It takes I don't believe that a high number of people were created to be alone. You know? Just no. Sure, a lot of us were. Who's gonna do the stuff that other people, you know, too afraid to do? They don't have time to do things. They have a family. They have a life. That's why I love the Lord, because he said single people are the luckiest ones in his eyes. They have all the time in the world to work for him. Anyway, I don't want to get too deep on that so this doesn't get blocked. It's a good thing to have your freedom. Can't never tell somebody not to want to be happy. See, being alone is a choice, and to me, and being able and making that choice on my own is because I want to do what I need to do to progress in my life. I don't like people controlling me. As odd as that sounds, because I follow the Lord so hard, but he doesn't control me. That's the thing I love about the Lord. It's a choice. He doesn't demand, and that's why he gets full submission. Well, not full submission, I'd be fucking up. But still, I'm riding to the end. Sound the horns. My daddy said, I know. That's why I chose you. It's really, I don't want to scare tactic women into being with men. It's never my thing when I bring up all of these things on my channel. I more try to reach to the side of women that I know is still there. For the simple fact of, one, women complain about men and why they're not good men. You don't complain about fucking something you don't want, first of all. And all women don't do it, The women, like I was watching on a channel and many other channels, they're not complaining about men. They're living their life, they're building their business, they're doing their thing, It's all the other women that are not doing those things and rely on men, but can't get them now because, they're not kids anymore. They're not young dumbasses. They want things. And it's not just, physical things. Just like women want to be looked at as full autonomous beings. Men want to be looked at as, I'm not just simple. You know how they say men are just simple? We are. But as we grow and educate and change and watch, some of us are different. So I believe, like I've always believed, everyone's wrong and everyone's right, because only my father is 100% right, you know what I mean? But everyone's wrong because not only does the Bible say that people are programmed and wired, you're wired to want to be with other people. That doesn't mean a fucking sound of horns. That doesn't mean right away I gotta be with a lover and all that. No, we're designed to fucking have friends and do things and, And then for me, lovers are the person that you do all the things with, It's the one you trust the most. That's why it's your best friend, Could be wrong, but I don't know. Everybody's relationship's a little different. Anyway, it would be really nice for it really is nice to even see, I should say, women being okay and trying to show other women that the single life is not so bad. You just gotta actually work and be the boss, you know? Because I don't like that stereotype. Just like I don't like stereotypes about men, you know? We're dumb. We all watch football. we all fucking whatever it is that no, we all do different shit. And we like a lot of shit that's similar though. You know? And I don't really believe men built the world in general to dominate women. Because for the simple fact, we don't need to. You get it? I don't need to build a world to dominate you. The world will make you want to come to men. If we start all over right now, all of this shit is gone. How many will cling to men immediately? You know? All that love shit will go right out the window. Females will be talking about responsibility. I got a responsibility to my children. They're gonna stay with this man because he's gonna fight against these wolves and these other men. You know? See, good men, we live within nature, but we also like to bend the fucking rules, you know? Because the Lord said we could do that. We just can't break them. That's why we build these things, you know? And other guys come along, but we don't want to talk about them. You know? The world is, to me, I could be wrong, I'm not saying I'm right, has favored women a lot. It's just not all women, just like not all men. You know? Like, I hear women complain and completely understand from looking the history up, watching real shit, seeing documentaries, you know? Seeing women that actually put in work for you to run your mouth and stuff. And then women don't even know these things. I ask you, who's your favorite woman of all time? You'll say fucking Beyonce or something. I'm like, she didn't liberate you. She didn't do nothing for you. She gave you songs. Some good ones. Some good shows, I guess, whatever. But she gave you songs. You know? A lot of women put in the footwork to prove that they are autonomous, that they can do things. Like when I started, I don't know how, yeah, that's the right word. When I started to stop being sexist and talking shit, and it wasn't because I just wanted to like women. No, the truth set me free. I went and started looking at what women do. How they had to fucking do shit to get their respect so they could sound like Birdman on Hot 97. Like, listen, when my name come up, put some respect on that, bro. Put some respect on my name. You know, when you see a woman 3 times stronger than you, bench pressing fucking your body, you're like, okay, I wasn't man enough to sound the horns. Wasn't man enough to hit the gym that long, you know? When you see women in wars, when you see women save entire countries because they use their womanness and then went rogue, soldier mode on a nigga, saved everybody, then you start having respect. Hey, what's going on, man? When you see women be the backbone of niggas know? When you go further back, you know? When it was kind of like had real authority, like the mother tribes and all that stuff, and that was like, I guess, bigger. Or I wouldn't even say the mother tribes, because I really want to see someone discover this. Because no one discovered it, but if you can think it, it had to be. Where was the tribe that understood she's the one, but I'm really the one? Get it? I'm the king, but she's the one, you know? Because she brings the children. So, sound the horns. Sound the horns. So, even though I run shit here, she's exalted above me. Or at least equal. You know? Maybe it existed. You know? I wonder sometimes. I wonder. What would that be like? You know, where people may not particularly be equal in everything because you're not. The strength of the strongest woman will never match to the strength of the strongest man. But the equalness and value in what's in there, you know? The way you feel towards them, the way you act towards them. That'll be something. Could it work? I don't know. A lot of women say yes, but then you forget and don't look at the present day and history. Men are not telling well, we are, but men don't, all the women that stay wanting to be with men, and, you know, they don't want to be a scientist, they don't want to go fucking be entrepreneur chick, they want to have a baby, they want to shit in the fucking house, go to the gym, cook food, chill, and be a family person that gathers everybody at their house for fucking Tequila Tuesdays on taco fucking, you know what I mean? Christmas, and they want to be Big Mama, you know, from back in the day when they was young and everybody went to Grandma's house and Grandma said, shut the fuck up. And everybody was like, Big Mama about to do the prayer. Don't you touch that food. Don't you touch that food. Gotta say this prayer real quick. You know? You can't. Women, just like men. Every man's supposed to be an alpha. Fucking beat your chest and fucking pick things up, put them down. Now the alpha's a fucking lying and saying the alpha's a super smart guy that got business and school degrees and he's this and this. Really? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think alphas are a lot of different things because, you know, there's a lot of different animals. So there's a lot of different type of alphas, you know? Everybody want to be the fucking... Right away, they run right to that line. I'm an alpha lion. Yeah. Till you run into an alpha omega man. With all your strength. With all your rage and... You know? He catches you with a fucking net. Because you're too stupid and all you know is destroy everything in front of you. Everybody's afraid. So all I have to do is charge. You know? And then that alpha side stops. And then the omega side of the man kicks in and says, you're a buffoon. I don't let you destroy yourself now. Now run into the spike pit. You fucking idiot. You get it? See... Everybody wants to be something. That's why I think back in the day, I think that's why everybody liked animals and shit. And there was like the Wolf Clan and the fucking cat people and the eagles and with the fucking crows and with the snakes and the people of the Turtle Island, and you know, cause just like many different animals live many different ways, yet they all live in according to the law. And when they don't, they go bye-bye. Which should be like sound the horns. Shouldn't that be like a better example of don't fuck with my father? Because all the species that scientists say, you know, they've been here and now they're not no more and they never will be again. They're gone. They're gone. Because everybody thinks they got plans. Right?
On the machine,
Anyway.
and they plug it into the computer.
Learn to find out who you are. You know? And run with it. It's the best thing about being human. You can be adaptable. You know? I think we need to start looking back at nature and start like, you know, copying again. Like why is that wolf stay with that one wolf forever? Why? Why does the lion have 3 wives? Why? You know, maybe if we figure out why, and then we see people that act like these things, maybe we'll understand and won't call them assholes or fucking, you're beta! You pussy dog. You want a wife? You want one woman out of all these women out here? Or for the ladies, you're a scumbag. All you want is women. Why do you need her? Why? Could be greed. Could be. A lot of times it is. Most of them niggas is just greedy. They can't even make you happy. Fuck, you know, I be trying to tell niggas, if you can't make one woman happy, we ain't talking about sex. You know? If it's difficult for you to make one woman happy, if it's difficult for you to deal with one period, why would you even want to deal with 2? Oh yeah, I forgot. You don't deal with none of that. You ain't there playing counselor,
Yes.
therapist, daddy. You the boyfriend, right? You the husband. Those titles used to come with a lot of different other side hats. All praise to the Most High.